And just like that, everyone's here besides the new and Nathan as well. Nate's feeling a little bit unwell, able to play, but it's not able to come on camera with his voice. So, it's fine. We'll make do without him. Shout out to him because we're going to see him battle it out momentarily. So, first off, welcome to everybody for being here. One, getting to the top 8. That wasn't an hard, easy achievement. 10 weeks of magic getting to this point. But I do want to point that Arya and Arne did it the easy way. They won 2 pods straight into the top 8. I'm looking at you, Caleb, and I would be looking at Nate if he was here. Are you going to be able to repeat the success of pod number 1? And because you've got the advantage, you've got access to every single card in Modern. Where Mason and Alex, they had to do it slightly harder, which means they don't have access to all the cards. So I want to know why you chose these cards this week, this deck for one game. Go for it.
All right, I got some kind of concept of a plan here. I'm going to be through the breaching Emrakul. And I need through the breach to resolve, and I need the Emrakul to attack, and I'm only facing just all of the counter spells in all of Modern to do so. I think it can work. You just trust me. It'll be good.
Just one time. All you need is one of them to resolve. One spell to resolve, and you can just win from there. Nice and easy. All right, Mason, talk to me. I don't know why I'm surprised. There's a certain card in your deck that is close to your heart. I think it's amazing as well. It's not as close to my heart, but I'm very appreciative that it's in Magic right now. Talk to me. Why are we playing Boros this week? Why are we firing that bullet off?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Caleb and Nathan get to play with any card they wanted. I came up through the second round bracket. I don't like to use the word losers bracket, but I came up over there. I had to do it, so I couldn't play with a lot of cards. And I used a lot of what I think are the better cards in Modern to kind of make sure that I made it to the top 8. I kind of came guns blazing, and that really meant going to this week. I kind of knew that I was just gonna play energy from the start. I used my Bowmasters, I used my One Rings last week, and I could have done something like Living End, or I could have done something, like Amulet Titan without the One Ring and just could have had a little bit of a sketchy deck. But instead, I decided to just play energy. Basically, only thing I'm missing is the One Ring, but I really don't need the One Ring except for certain matchups. This is one where maybe I wouldn't mind having it, but I'm not in love to have it versus Through the Breach with Nathan. And actually just playing more Ragavans, I figured there would be some amount of unfair combo decks, and having Ragavan might speed me up a little bit to get a Blood Moon down, maybe get a little lucky. That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have all 8 decks. You've got to consider not only this week's match, do you fire off like the One Ring deck this week to get you in the top 4, but then you don't have it for the top 4, or do you not play it this week? Hope that you get to the top 4, and then let's see, advantage in the top 4 because you have access to the One Ring. So it's a good dimension that we put on you all moving forward. And let's be honest, Flager's a pretty good card anyway. Alex, let's move to you next. So you're playing Frogside. Frogside's a really good deck. Why are you bringing that this week? And what's that going to set you up for if you manage to make it into the top 4?
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, like my last week playing, I got the pleasure of playing against Young Dingo, who brought a frog tide deck himself, and I was pretty impressed with it. It looked sweet, so I decided, I'd give it a spin. But also, yeah, kind of, I've kind of the opposite approach from Mason. I'm saving the good cards for later. If I go out now, that's okay, but it's your.
So, that is true.
You see, Hayne, I don't need the best cards to beat you. Is the secret,
The fighting talk. I love it. I literally love it. I love the fighting talk. Nathan is also going to be on the what is Nathan on? I haven't even.
Nathan's on Eldrazi Through the Breach.
He's on same as Caleb. So
yes.
I guess also wants to throw big 15 powered creatures at your opponent with Annihilator 6. It's a pretty good strategy to have in Modern, especially if you can get it down early. And I think looking at the list, I think your list is tailored to go a little bit quicker, Caleb. I think I saw some Utopia Sprawls or something in your list.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing Utopia Sprawl in the ramp deck. There's like a slightly different flavor of Eldrazi that just ramps into Emrakul the Promised End, and that's a deck that I used to qualify for this top 8. And I really enjoyed playing that deck, but I didn't bring it this week because I didn't want to lose to Breach Emrakul. So I'm glad at least one other person brought it, because now I'm seeing that my fears weren't completely unfounded. But yeah, I liked it there. I think I'll like it here. It's just another way to get the One Ring down on turn 2, right? Which seems like a good thing to do.
All right. Well, we were trying to get some banter back and forth in the last pod, so let's try and get it going here. You're going up against Mason. It's going to be this Boros list. What do you think you're favored? Do you think you're going to take him down? Oh no, you're not. You're against Alex, aren't you?
I'm against Alex. Yeah.
You're okay, that's even better because Alex is also in the room. Alex, do you think you're going to get? Do you think you're going to have a good matchup here? When you get into the fight, who do you think is going to win? Is it play draw dependent?
I think Caleb's going to win game 1, and then we'll see. We'll see if he can win one of the post board ones.
Yeah, you do have some mighty fine sideboard cards. Yeah, I think on paper it favors Alexander Hayne. He's got some real nice counter spells.
He usually does. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, on paper, yeah. Player, that's where my edge comes in. But no, I kid.
What everyone can't see is you think it's a sketch going on right now that Anu's not here, that he just walked off. It's like his computer actually crashed as well. So it's the skit's going on really well here that he literally just walked off, turned his PC and just there we go.
Okay.
And he's back now. There he
is.
I thought it was a good skit. He just went, I've had enough, and just walked off, turned the computer off. Will, you can carry on the rest of the show.
Okay? I can explain.
Go for it. I know we're waiting for you to explain. Come on.
All right. Well, I have one question.
Okay.
Well, it's not rigged. I promise it's not rigged. It's not rigged. And I'm late for this show today. How are you guys doing? Hey. No, seriously, back to it all. What I wanted to do actually was I asked the same question to the other folks in the first pod, and I'm going to ask it here before we get into our matches. Is that you guys have anything to say to each other? Caleb, Alex, Mason, Nathan's not here, so you technically have free reign to do whatever, and there's no pushback. You get them like one time.
He's in chat right now. Well, I can see him typing.
I kind of think Nathan's a bit of a pushover in the dueling area and the conversation area, so I don't think it really matters if he's here or not. And he's kind of just setting himself up to be like, oh, when I lose, I was sick. Oh, no, team handshake, please don't kick me off. I understand. It's fine. Sometimes, you have to set it up. You have to do what's best for you.
Brutal. It's so easy to talk smack about people when they're not around. It's
easier when Nathan isn't around.
I don't talk bad about Nathan. I don't talk bad about children.
Honestly, I don't believe punching up in Magic. I punch down, and with Nathan, it's just so easy.
Brutal.
Brutal. Alex, this is our third time playing in this series, right? Isn't this for the like we're 1-1, right?
Yeah, this is it. You've been a fierce competitor, and best of luck for whoever makes it out from this. But
no, tell him that it's unlucky on him. He's going to lose this. Come on,
tell him he's not going to get a fifth turn. Tell him he's not going to get a fifth turn.
With an Eldrazi deck before, so I'm a little scared.
To be fair, you've also done your fair share of casting Eldrazi's. But we're going to end this sketch. We're going to get some matchups playing for everybody watching at home. So on that one, we're going to come back to the booth with me and Anu just quickly while we kind of turn everything around, get the players down into the feature match.